There was once a farmer who planted seeds in his field at the beginning of spring. Every morning he would wake before dawn, walk to his land, and stare at the dark soil, waiting. 1 week passed, 2 weeks, 3, nothing. His neighbor, who had planted at the same time, already had tiny green shoots breaking through the earth. The farmer's heart grew heavy. Had he done something wrong? Were his seeds defective? Was the ground cursed? "Perhaps this harvest is not meant for me," he whispered to himself one evening, kneeling beside the barren patch. But the farmer's grandmother, weathered by 90 years of life, sat on her porch and called out to him, "Child, come here." He dragged his feet toward her, shoulders slumped. "Do you know," she said, her eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom, "that the strongest trees have the deepest roots, and deep roots take time to grow where no eye can see them?" The farmer didn't understand, but he kept watering his field, not because he had faith, but because he had already invested too much to quit. Then, one morning, a month later than his neighbor's crop, his field exploded with life. Not just shoots, but robust, vibrant plants that stood taller and stronger than any around them. While his neighbor's shallow-rooted crops withered in the first strong wind, his own stood firm, deeply anchored in soil that had spent those extra weeks developing an unshakable foundation. This is the truth about delay. It is not the universe saying no. It is the universe saying not yet, because something beneath the surface is still being prepared. Think about the woman who applied for her dream job 7 times before finally receiving the call. By the time she got it, she had gained 3 more years of experience, developed crucial skills, and built relationships that would make her not just qualified, but exceptional in that role. The delay wasn't denial, it was preparation disguised as waiting. Consider the couple who tried for years to buy their first home, watching houses slip through their fingers one after another. Heartbroken, they wondered if they'd ever own their own place. Then, just when they'd almost given up, the perfect house appeared at a price they could actually afford, in a neighborhood they loved, with a mortgage rate that had dropped significantly. The delay saved them from financial strain and led them to something better than they'd originally imagined. Every delay carries a hidden gift. Sometimes it's protection from something that looked good but would have been wrong. Sometimes it's preparation for a version of the dream that's bigger than the one we originally held. Sometimes it's simply about timing, about pieces falling into place in an order we cannot see from where we stand. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly overnight. There's a long, dark period in the chrysalis where nothing visible is happening. From the outside, it looks like stagnation, like failure, like maybe this caterpillar just isn't meant to fly. But inside that darkness, a complete transformation is taking place. Cells are reorganizing, wings are forming. What looks like delay is actually the most critical part of the entire process. Delay isn't denial, it's growth happening beneath the surface. Trust the process. What feels stalled is preparing you for a perfectly timed breakthrough.